Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone. After a 14-month break due to the COVID-19 pandemic, competitive football returned to Jamaica over the weekend with the start of the inaugural Jamaica Premier League. Round 1 was completed earlier on Monday with a clash between Waterhouse and Harbourview at the UWI JFF Captain Horace Burrell Centre of Excellence in St Andrew. We have the highlights.
So we're on the way here at the UWI Captain Horace Burrell Centre of Excellence. Well, here's Waterhouse on the attack. Kenmore Howell gets the return ball. Howell and Lovell Palmer coming across. And has he pointed to the spot? He has. Well, let's take a look at it again. Ball played inside. Oh, I think that's harsh.
I think there's not much in that one for sure.
Here's the kick taken, and it's scored. Waterhouse with the lead. Andre Fletcher converts from 12 yards. Deliver inside, there's nobody there. Palmer's thinking of hitting it on the volley, decides to go. Harding delivers to the edge of the area. It's Talbot. Odell and Harding headed away. Could be a chance here. Was he bundled from behind? He was. It's a free kick to Harbourview in a dangerous position as Jamone Shepherd hits the turf.
And it came to him. That first touch wasn't the best, but did manage to recover and shield it quite well. And he really drew the foul.
Let's see what can be done with this here. It's a Kwasa Chong! Oh my word, he's done it again! He can do no wrong!
You pretty much call it there, you have it. Went with the left and goalkeeper had no chance. Boy, did he let that fly.
Here they are now. Oh, it's come through! Hammered wide! Oh, big chance again!
Yeah, so let's now hear from members of both setups post-match.
We didn't lose the game. We wanted all 3 points, but that didn't come our way. I think we had a good first half and even a better second half. We could have scored many goals if our decision making in the final third was better.
I wouldn't say I'm entirely disappointed. I just heard already saying it's a game of 2 halves, you know. We attempted in the second half to really play on the counter, but I don't think the distribution was great, and it kind of affected our abilities to create goal-scoring opportunities. But we played against a very good Waterhouse team, and I think a 1-1 result is a very good result.
Yeah, so let's check in the results now of the 4 matches played in round 1. Mount Pleasant and Tivoli Guards 0-0. Cavalier were 2-0 winners over Humberland. Portmore beat Dunbeholden by 2-0. That was a lone Sunday match. And then today, Malines 0-0 with Vere United. And Waterhouse in a 1-1 scoreline with Harbourview. A result, I would think, as we heard from Ludlow Bernard just now, that would please the Harbourview team. Head-to-head going into this match today, Harbourview had not beaten Waterhouse in 4 meetings. That included a 7-0 thrashing at the hands of Waterhouse back in September 2019. The standings at the moment showing Portmore, Cavalier, Waterhouse, the top, Portmore and Cavalier with the victories, with the top of the table. So Harbourview getting a point from the Waterhouse game. And Mariah George, we have to remember too that Waterhouse were leaders of the championship when the tournament was aborted last year, March. So, and Harbourview were off the pace for sure. So I would think a good result for Harbourview today.
Definitely. And what I noticed from the few matches that have already been played, and luckily I was able to look at the live game on Sunday, George and Lance. The teams that people are expecting to step up, the underdogs, are actually rising to the occasion. Portmore United, you know, looking in at that match in particular, everybody was saying that Dunbeholden, they have the senior players, and of course they would step up and beat Portmore because they're in a rebuilding phase, is what they were calling them. And look at how they were able to overcome that and, you know, beat them 2-0. Today again, you spoke about Waterhouse, you know, everybody expecting them to be the outright favourites, and we see that, of course, turning on its head.
Well, you know, what I'd say is this. How many people, what were the odds pre-match of a team managed by Donovan Ducky getting earning a 0-0 draw in their opening game. I would have bet on that one and won, because Duke is very united. They have some limitations in terms of the attacking unit of the team, as most teams do. Only a couple of teams in the league don't have that problem. Veer one of them. So I thought to myself, you know what? Duke is going to put on a defensive masterclass with his Veer United. He's going to put a premium on a clean sheet. Right. I don't think he'll be talking about scoring goals. He'll be saying, gentlemen, we're not going to give up anything. They didn't give up anything. They kept a clean sheet. They couldn't breach the Malines United defense. And that is as certain a 0-0 draw as there'll be all season. The first match of the season, Duke is going to ask his team to play with the handbrake up. And I think they got what he essayed, what he authored, what he wanted. I'm thinking Malines United would have had ambitions for more.
Yeah, especially, George, because Veer United were about to be relegated when the tournament was aborted last year. They could not themselves and UWI avoid relegation, so they are coming off the aborted previous season under pressure and looking to be struggling in the top flight. So you are right, and the kind of coach that Donovan Ducey is, he knows how to consolidate what he has when he is struggling with tools in his team. And you are right, he apparently employed a defensive approach to ensure that they would at least get a point from this game.
The low block from the first minute to the 90th minute. It works.
And Lance, you spoke about relegation. I feel as if, these teams that are used to being in that relegation zone, and they feel as if they're not competitive this season because there's no aspect of relegation. They will not be relegated. We're going to be seeing some of the best of them because there's nothing to lose and everything to play for.
Yeah, and well, one of those teams not in UWI, but Veer were clearly the bottom team when the tournament was aborted. And George and I have a lot of respect for Donovan Ducey's strategic ability when it comes to these kinds of teams. And I would not be surprised if Veer are not among the bottom place team this tournament.
Well, I would wager that they're going to be the most difficult team to break down because of what he will do, how he will set the team out. And look, if he can, over the course of the season, find one player with a willingness to run and work hard up front and can pinch a goal, they're going to cause problems.
Wow.
Yeah. Here are the stats from that Malines Veer United game. We spoke earlier on about the sort of tactics that Veer would employ with Ducey in charge. They did have 11 shots on goal, 4 of them on target. Malines outshooting them with attempts with 16. Possession-wise, Malines United had a lot more time on the ball. 6 corners forced by Malines to 4 by Veer United. And just a couple of yellow cards in the game, both of them to Malines players. So statistically, Veer were in the hunt based on what we're looking at in the numbers.
Well, 53-47 is the usual split you get in a competitive game where one team has the ball, but the other team wants the ball all as well. Sometimes you'll get possession disparity when one team definitely wants to hog possession and the other team is willing to let them hog the possession. So you'll have a 60-something split or a 70-something split, or even an 80-something split. That's been known to happen on occasion. But when you see like 53-47, Ducey wanted his team to have the ball, to control tempo and everything, as Malines wanted it as well, but just that Malines spent more time with it on the day. Perhaps it is that their centre halves spent some time knocking it between and among themselves, along with the fullbacks as well. But yeah, Veer United are going to be difficult to break down. You can guarantee that. And as I said, if Mr. Ducey finds something at the sharp end of the team, then they'll be even more dangerous. Malines United, they started like the proverbial house on fire to the last proper season, but it fell apart, and it was looking at one point as if they were going to join the relegation fray. But of course, the suspension saved them, and they're looking to consolidate now, especially as Mariah reminded us that there is no prospect of relegation this year. It should be a comforting tool, a featherbed for them to fall into.
Yeah, so Malines, they're playing in blue and Veer in green and white. That match ended in a stalemate, 0-0 the scoreline. So one weekend, the first weekend of the inaugural Jamaica Premier League, powered by Digicel, now history. There are going to be matches Saturday, Sunday and Monday this weekend again, and we're looking forward to the action at the JFF Captain Horace Burrell Centre of Excellence. So we are just over 3 weeks now from the Olympic Games, and our daily Olympic Corner is up next on The Zone.
Olympic Corner update. Serena Williams says she will not be playing at this summer's Olympics. The American, who has won 4 gold medals in tennis, the most recent in women's singles in 2012, says she decided not to go to Tokyo for a variety of reasons.
I'm actually not on the Olympic list, so not that I'm aware of, and if so, then I shouldn't be on it. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons that I made my Olympic decision, and I don't feel like going into them today, but maybe another day. Sorry.
The 39-year-old won gold in the London Games, beating Maria Sharapova in the final, and won in doubles in Sydney in 2000, Beijing in 2008, and London in 2012 with sister Venus Williams. Williams begins her quest for an 8th Wimbledon title and a record-equalizing 24th Grand Slam title when she plays Alexandra Sasnovich of Belarus on Tuesday. That's it for today's Olympic Corner. Remember to watch the SportsMax Zone for your daily Olympic updates.